investigation. Representative Mark Meadows is with us right now. He's a Republican key member. I assume you were listening, Congressman, all 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So what did you think? What was your bottom line?
Well, I think the bottom line is the takeaway is the president has been saying that he's not under investigation. That was confirmed today. It's interesting that that was the only thing that hasn't been leaked. We've read about all kinds of things, but the fact that he wasn't under investigation wasn't leaked, but yet a number of other things were. But I think overall a good day. Obviously, there are some things that are still concerning. Republicans are taking this serious. We've offered more subpoenas on this particular thing than we did the entire Benghazi investigation where we lost 4 Americans. So it's critically important that we stay tuned, but we also don't jump to conclusions.
Do you believe Comey?
Listen, I've had Comey, as you know, in my committee when we were talking about Hillary Clinton and some of the other aspects, and so I have always found him to be a good public servant. When we have some of the things that are here, let me tell you what's troubling today. I was surprised that he said that there was a private, confidential memo that he wrote to himself, and that it got leaked. That is,
he deliberately wanted it leaked.
Yes,
to create the pressure for a special counsel.
But just because you want something deliberately done doesn't make it right, and so I was troubled by that. At the same time, Comey and the president both are serving this country. We have to understand that, and as I look at that, the coming days will, with the special counsel, will hopefully finally vindicate what we have and put this in a perspective. You know, I talked to a bunch of Russian scholars. They are almost laughing at the amount of credit that the Russians are getting with the interference.
You heard Comey, though. He said there is no doubt that Russia deliberately hacked, got into the U.S. election system.
And I agree. And I agree with that.
Well,
I'm not on the Intel committee, but all
you
all
accept
roads
that.
lead,
you accept
yeah.
that they deliberately did it because
but
they wanted
to change the minds of people in North Carolina, Wisconsin, Ohio. You know, we're looking for an awful lot of excuses.
You are outraged by that.
Well, certainly. You have to be outraged any time that a country certainly meddles in the election process of a democratic country or any country. It is something we have to fight back with to the full fervor of who we are.
One of the points Comey was making that in all of his meetings, 9 encounters with the president, he really didn't hear that outrage from the president himself, that the president basically wanted to speak about Michael Flynn, wanted to speak about is he under investigation. He never really wanted to get the inside story about Russian involvement in the election.
Well, I think that's because we conflated two things, Wolf. One is the whole collusion, and the president's told me, he's told the American people, he's told a number of people there was no collusion. We sometimes conflate that with the fact that was there Russian interference.
He says that's still an open question.
Well, no, he said he's not going to opine on that.
He says that Michael Flynn is under criminal investigation, the fired national security advisor.
But from that standpoint, that doesn't mean that there's collusion. In fact, many of the people that I have talked to...
They haven't concluded that there's collusion,
right.
But apparently this investigation is still going on, and Mueller, the new special counsel, has got his work cut out for him. But at least I counted 5 times that Comey suggested the president of the United States and his aides are liars.
Well, here's the thing is that when we look at calling someone a liar, we have to understand the intent. And there have been times when I've wanted to call Director Comey a liar when we were having him in front of me in terms of sworn testimony. When he said he didn't know if Hillary Clinton was sophisticated enough to understand what a classified marking was, I had a hard time believing that, but I didn't call Director Comey a liar. When we look at this, what we need to make sure of is that we keep it in context. And for me, it's all about getting to the truth. You know me, I'll go after my own party as much as I will the other party. But the other part of that, Wolf, is the president said that he wasn't under investigation. In sworn testimony, the director said that he wasn't under investigation. Well, if they really suspect collusion, why wasn't he under investigation?
He said the president is not under investigation, but he didn't rule out others associated with the campaign are under investigation, and that's still a problem.
Yeah, and we want to get to the bottom of that. I mean, let me just tell you, we're a nation of laws, rules of laws, and yet when we have the rule of law in place, it shouldn't have a Democrat or a Republican behind it. And so I can tell you that for me, I'm going to be full on in making sure that we get to the bottom of it. But I think for the most part, Marco Rubio, compelling questions
I thought
today.
that the bipartisan cooperation
it was very good.
at the Senate Intelligence Committee was very good.
It was outstanding.
I don't know if the House Intelligence Committee or other House members are going to have that kind of bipartisan cooperation.
Well,
but it was impressive today.
Yeah, I've committed to some of my Democrat colleagues that they know that I will go and get to the truth, and those are some that come from very different districts than mine. At the same time, what I'm hearing back home, the American people want us to start getting something done in this place right behind us, start moving on with an agenda. So hopefully today allows the special counsel to do their work, and at the same time, we start doing our work.
Congressman Meadows, thanks very much for coming.
Thank you, Wolf.
Congressman Mark Meadows.